Good. Little short and sweet core stretch sesh. Say that 3 times fast. Start on your hands and knees. If you like to have a ball or band and or light weights nearby, that's good. Hands under the shoulders, toes tucked, dip the belly, arch the back. Oh my goodness, anybody feeling the front of their abs today? Round and curl the spine, tuck the chin in, tailbone underneath. Okay, and you'll feel it tomorrow. Tuck the toes, dip the belly, arch the back. Exhale, round and curl, just getting some spinal movement into our bodies early in the morning, first thing in the morning. Round and curl. And tuck the toes, dip the belly, down the back. And then go ahead and walk your hands out a little bit further and just start to make some circular motions in this. Just to open up the hip joints, knees, wrists, elbows, shoulders, fingers, toes. Make big circles when you're ready. And then reverse the circles. So start off small, go big. You can do this with your hands on your thighs, on your hands on a bench. And then make your way to the center, drop your hips down and sit back into child's pose. Do that a couple times just to get the front body stretched, the back body. And let's hold the child's pose for a moment. Walk your hands to the right side, left arm on top or longer. And just breathe down the left side body, side waist, the lower back, the outer hip. And then walk over to the other side, right arm on top of left. Push your right hip to your heel. And then walk back to the center. Come on back to your hands and knees. If you'd like to use a light weight, you're welcome to use a light weight in your hands here. If not, just the traditional body weight style. Knees under hips, hips and shoulders width apart with the arms and the legs. So step your right foot back and tuck your toes underneath you. And lift just the right leg off the floor, but keep the hips level. Turn the toes down. Lower the right knee and switch sides. Left leg back, toes down, hips level. Left knee down, right leg back. Now open the right leg to the side. Stretch your right arm up. So you could be doing this standing up with the left arm on a bench. Right hand behind the head. Good. Open up your shoulders, chest. And then take your right arm towards the floor or towards the left arm. Come back up. Take the right arm towards the left arm. Come back up. And do that one more time. Take the right arm towards the left arm. And come back up. Hold that. Release the right arm to the sky. Lower the right arm down. Keep the right leg back and extend the left arm forward. So you could also do this on your belly. This part of it anyway. Tap the arm and leg down and lift the arm and leg up. Tap the arm and leg down, lift the arm and leg up. Now pull the belly in, keep your spine long. Arm and leg down, arm up. One more time here. And then lower the hand over the knee. I'll turn this way. And take your left leg back behind you. Stretch it out. Lift up the leg and keep the hips square, toes down. And then lower it down. Lift up the leg, keep the hips square. Lower it down, don't collapse through the spine, belly in. Lift the leg up, hold it up. Turn onto your right side. Left leg is up, or it could be down. Left arm behind the head. Open up and stretch a little bit wider. Feel the outer hip engage. Inhale. Lower the left arm to the right. Exhale, inhale up. Exhale, crunch in. Open up. And do it one more time. Crunch in. Open up. Lower the left hand, lift the arm to the sky. Lower the left hand down, take the right arm out. Reach out. Oops. And then lower the hand, lower the knee. Sit into your heels. Set that child's pose up. And come forward and step your right leg forward. Good. So right hand behind the head. Left knee, first of all, right knee over the ankle. You're doing find there, Row. Just do a lunging stretch. Inhale. So right arm behind your head. Exhale, right arm down to the inside of the left wrist and open up. Exhale, right arm to the inside of the left wrist and open up. Right arm down to the inside of the left wrist. Open up, hold it here. Release the arm and step back, switch legs. Just a quick little welcome to the core exercise. Left knee over the ankle, right knee behind you, or you're standing up doing the same thing. Left arm behind your head, open up the chest. Exhale, left arm to the right wrist. Inhale, extend up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, extend up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, extend up. Arm up, arm down, and back to child's pose. Come to your hands and knees. You can be on your hands on a block, on a bench. Tuck your toes underneath you. Lift your knees off the floor just a bit. I have something going on my toe, so it hurts to push down on my toe. Stay there and round your back, tailbone under. Arch your back. So Row, you're just going to get lower to the floor if you can with your back, your knees, lower body. Couple more times. Round and curl. Hips go in the air. Downward dog, just walk it out. Come on back to the center and lower the knees to the floor. Now we're going to turn around and sit on the floor. So go ahead and take bowls, bands, weights, whatever you'd like to use today, or nothing. I might just use nothing. Roll down onto your backs to start. First, bring your knees to your chest. Right hand, right knee, left hand, left knee, make big circles. Just, again, getting some juice into some joints, and then release it, reverse it. Starting in a simple movement with your feet on the floor. If you have the ball, you can either put your feet on the ball or the ball between your thighs. Just to show. If you have one of each, you could try one between the legs and one underneath the feet. So squeeze the ball between your legs. Tilt your pelvis. Bring your hands behind your head, elbows out. Think about the space between your chin and your collarbone for the space for your hands. And again, tilt your pelvis so that your back is imprinted and your pelvic or your pivot bone points up. And then we're just going to do crunches here. So the belly's going to pull in. You've got your lower body is contracted because your hips are not off the floor, but you're squeezing the glutes. And the upper body is lifting up, contracting as you do crunches here. And again, you could be on a ball on your feet, which will challenge the balance even more. So challenge the core even more. Squeeze the belly in, lift the hips up, and just crunch up and down towards your thighs for 10 more. 10, 9, scoop it out, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, notice I'm not going really fast, 3, 2 more times. Now keep the hips up, 1, keep the head and shoulders up. Lift the hips off the floor and stay here and crunch 10 more. 10, oh, it's like I'm a poet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower the hips, lower the head, and bring your legs into your chest. Now, if you have the ball, you can keep it right between your legs. Bring the knees over the hips, 90 degrees, knees to legs, arms out to the side, palms face up. Good. Let your legs come over to the right side, but don't touch. And then squeeze, if you have the ball, squeeze the ball in really tight. Inhale, keep the ball in really tight, come back to center. Row, just so you know, I can't see you very much. Exhale, up and over to the left side. You're usually so good about your camera. Inhale, back up to the right side. Squeeze the ball between the knees. Keep it really tight. Keep that contraction throughout. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, over to the left side. So we're just doing a little bit of a, like a pendulum here, but we're not touching the floor with the legs. Come back in, up and over to the right side, squeeze the ball a little bit deeper. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, squeeze the ball a little bit deeper over the left side. Let's do one more round on each side. When we get to the, let's say here on the right side, lower the legs this time. Keep the ball squeezing. Bring your hands back behind your head and lift and lower your upper body for 10, 9, 8. So you're lifting to the center, but your legs are to the side. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the head, open the arms, draw the legs in and up, squeeze the ball, take it over the left side, hover for a moment, and then release your legs to the floor, hands behind your head. Lift up straight through the center for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, one more, and lower your head, open your arms, and come back to the center, and put your feet on the floor. Now, if you have a band, go ahead and put the band above your knee, and if you don't, that's fine. You're also going to take the ball, or we're going to put the ball under our back for this one. So start with the band, if you have a band. If you don't have a band, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, if you could put it down a little bit more. All right, look at your bag of tricks, Karen, good. All right, so your band is hips width apart. Now lift your hips up and put the ball under your tailbone or under your sacrum. Bend your knees, keep your knees at 90 degrees. Here we go, rhyming again. Here goes rhyming Simon. All right, so knees in line with hips, knees in line with the ankles. Start with your arms on the floor. If you feel secure, you can start bending them or perhaps lifting one at a time. Open up the knees and then close them, but don't close them so much that the band goes loose, right? So it's more open and halfway shut. In 3, 2, 1. Open, shut, them. You can tell I've become a grandma. All right, open, 3, 4. Now if you start feeling secure, you could maybe take one or both arms off the floor for this, and you might wobble a lot more. So, go back down to one arm at a time. 5, 4, 3, so the knees are bent here. 2, 1. Good. Now, keep the knees bent. See if you can lift the arms off the floor. Just hold. Really fire that core up. Lower the arms and lift the legs. Straight legs. You could put the band down around your ankles if it feels better for you there, or just above your knees, and it depends on the kind of band you have too. Alright, flex your feet like something's sitting on top of your feet. Open your legs out, the same thing that we did with a bent knee, but with a straight leg. So open and halfway shut. And then start to play with the arms, perhaps 1 or 2 arms coming up off the floor. So we got 10, 9, 8, 7. Notice where you have to contract to keep your body stable. 5, 4, but don't clench. 3, 2. On this one, hold the legs apart. And then pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the legs closer. Bend the knees. Keep the arms down on the floor. And just tap your feet to the floor. And then lift them back up. That's it. So out of the hip, not the knee. So the knee position doesn't change. Just the hips. Down and up. And again, start playing with the arms coming off the floor. 1 or both. It's probably not going to be that stable to start, so I'll keep going. Just bring one arm down at the same time as you need to. And you got 5 more of those. 5, 4, Really put your focus to your center. 3, 2, and 1. I don't know if you can see me wobbling all over the place. Lower your feet, lift your hips, articulate your spine down. Alright, take your ball if you have it underneath the ball of your feet, the bottoms of your feet. Now you should be fine with that camera with your shoes on, it's fine. Yeah. Let's take the heel of the foot together and the toes apart so the knees open out a little bit. You can keep the band on above your knees. And then lift your hips up off the floor. Oh boy. And then as you come down, it's upper, mid, lower, back to the floor. So you're also going to feel your hamstrings. Tilt your pelvis, lift your hips up. Articulate your spine down. Tilt your pelvis, lift your hips up. Articulate your spine down. Tilt your pelvis, lift your hips up. Let's stay up and pulse the hips up for 10, 9, 8, 7. If you're like me, the hamstrings are screaming. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and articulate down. Roll the legs out in front of you. Roll them back in. Now, I'm debating on using the ball again. Let's do this without the ball. Take your hands underneath your hips. Keep the band on so the legs will be separated. So your back is supported with your hands. Lower your legs to the floor, towards the floor. Open your legs apart, and then lift your legs back up. So the hands are supporting. Don't go so low if it bothers your back any. Right? So legs are slightly apart. Right now the tailbone, it's down, but your hands are just supporting right next to it. Lower the legs towards the floor. Extend or open the legs out, and then lift the legs back up. 1. Lower the legs, open out, belly in, lift up 2. Also some hip flexor. Lower, open, and lift 3. Good. Lower, open, lift 4. Lower, open, lift 5. We'll do 3 more. Lower, open, 6. Lower, open, 7. And lower, open, 8. Now lift up, open up, lower down, close it in. Lift up, open, lower, close. Not all the way close. 3, open, lower, close. 4, so remember the legs are never that close. Open, lower, close. 5, open, lower, close. Just 3 more. 6, open, lower, close. 7, open, lower, close. Last one is 8, open, lower, close, and bring your knees into your chest. Doesn't matter if the band is on, open the arms to the side, bring your knees over to the left side, do a nice spinal twist here, hear that snap, crackle, pop for the early morning breakfast people. And then draw your knees back to the center, shift your hips left, knees fold to the right, we do a spinal twist to the right. Then return to the center. You have your band on. So let's take the band off. Good. All right. Come to a seated position into a straddle. Have your toys to the side for now. Doesn't matter how big the straddle is. If you have your band, go ahead and take it in your hand. I know, Michelle, I think you have the fabric band, so it may not give you any resistance at all. Take the arms up over your shoulders. Put the band around your top of your fist, your wrist, just not on a joint. And you can just hold it, Michelle. Yeah, because you're gonna, it gives you plenty of resistance. So arms up, rotate right, hinge forward, keep the arms in resistance, just like we just did with the legs. Come back up, rotate through the center to the left, come down to your left leg, come back up, come to center, turn to the right, fold to the right, lift, go through center to the other side, lower, your arms have resistance the whole time, and up. I did a class last week with all bands, and like a couple of days ago somebody came up to me, she goes, don't ever do that again. And then somebody else came up to me, she said, I love that. So we use bands on the hands and the legs, so we're using the arms. Right now we have total resistance. Now stay up and just pull your arms down to your chest. Squeeze your shoulders together. So bring your hands so you're holding the band somewhere. Doesn't matter, as long as, again, it's not on a joint. Squeeze the elbows. I know, Michelle, sorry. Rotate to the right and pulse. Come back to center. Rotate to the left and pulse. Come back to center. Rotate to the right, pulse. Come back to center. Rotate to the left, pulse. Come back to center. Let's do 3 more, or 2 more on each side, sorry. It's 3 pulses. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Come back to center. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Come back to center. Last time. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Come back to center. And relax your arms. Ooh. Alright, if you didn't feel that, send me a text. Bring the arms overhead. Take the band with you. You can keep the arms just like this, again, pulling. Here you're going to feel this engagement right down. Rosemary, say again. You did? I did? Alright, so bring the arms up and keep that engagement as you tick-tock to the right side. Come back to center, tick-tock to the left side. So keep the hips grounded. You might not get as far in your side bend with your arms overhead. Keep the hips grounded. But you're still getting the benefit of this. Because sometimes when you go lower, you kind of crunch into the wrong spaces. So you're getting a nice release on the side that's up, and a nice side crunch on the side that's down. And we got, let's do 3 more on each side. Come back up. And you're pulling your arms apart at the same time. And 2 more. And 1 more. And then come back to center, pull the arms up, back, and down. Ooh, release that. If you have your ball, grab the ball now, put it in the middle of your legs. If you have a yoga block, you can use that too. Sit up tall, walk the arms out onto the ball, but keep your spine on. So your fingers are as far out as you can go. Fingertips, at least fingertips on the ball, or the pinky edges of your fingers on the ball. I'll turn to the side so it's easier to see what I'm looking for. So you've got a long spine. As long as you keep the long spine, we're good. Here, and then round your spine, pull the ball in a little bit closer. Extend your spine, roll it out. You might notice that each time you extend out, you can go a little deeper, maybe. Round and curl in. Extend out. So when you're out, your back is long. When you're in, you've got a rounded spine. It's called flexion and extension of the spine. But now we're just working a little bit. Oh, we're also getting a nice stretch in the hip groin. And reach out. So it's like those ball rollouts that we do when we're on a big stability ball. Let's do 1 more of this range of motion. And then stay in a rounded spine, and just pull in for 8, 7, it's a small movement, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll all the way back up to sitting. Turn to your right leg. You can leave the ball wherever and pull over right leg. Keep your left hip grounded. Take your left hand to the outside of your right foot and take your right arm behind you and just reach. Keep the left hip grounded. So shorten your stance if you need to. Shorten your arm twist if you need to. One more breath. Good. And you can walk hand over hand to the center, over to the other side. Right hand to the outside of the left leg. Left arm behind you on the floor, giving you a little lift and rotation. Keep the right hip grounded. And then inhale, come back up, walk hand over hand to the center. Walk yourself back in. Shake out your legs. Oops. And bring your legs together. And one more time, we're going to go onto our back. Roll down, chin to chest. Articulate down. Hug the knees all the way up to the chest. Cross the right leg over the left. Take a hold of your feet or your ankles and just pull your legs apart. So yeah, it doesn't matter if it's your shoes, your feet, but take the legs away from each other. So you're cross-legged, right leg over left, and your ankles are pulling out. It's like the scarecrow in the Wizard of Oz, which way do they go? So you're pulling them apart, so you get a deeper glute stretch here. And then release the arms, open them to a T, shift your hips right, and both knees fall over to the left side. Left hand on top of the right thigh, right arm over your head, shoulders down. Shoulder down, but don't force it if it's, you just don't want to be completely on your left side. All right, so have some part of your right arm on the floor. Big, nice stretch of the back, outer hip, glute. Before you come to center, uncross the legs and hug the knees back to the chest. Lift the head and shoulders up, round and curl. Lower the head and shoulders down. Cross the left leg over the right leg. Grab a hold of the ankles, the foot. But now, instead of pulling the heels to your buttocks, take the legs a little further away from each other. So away from your legs. I don't know about you, but this feels really good to me. Take another breath. Lower the legs, open the arms. Shift your hips left and let your knees fold to the right. Right arm outside, left thigh, left arm overhead. Somewhere on the floor. And then uncross the legs. Open the arms, draw the knees to the chest. Lift the head and shoulders up off the floor. Lower the head and shoulders off the floor. Take your feet to the ceiling. Happy baby. Holding on where it's comfortable. So outer foot, bottom of the foot, underneath the thighs. Open the knees a little bit wider than you think today. Press the tail onto the floor. And then stretch the legs open into a straddle on your back, which we've done a little bit today. Take your hands on the outside of the legs to draw them back together. Bend your knees. Rock and roll to come all the way over onto your hands and knees, and just step back with your knees, step forward with your arms, and just lift your chest up. So the legs are straight out behind you. You can do this again you can do this on a ball, on the floor, pull your heart up. And then tuck your toes underneath you. Lift the hips, sliding on the floor. Chest to thighs, head down. Lift up high your toes. Lower your heels. Walk your feet and hands together. Forward fold. Let go. Shake it out yes, shake it out no. And then chin to chest as you roll up through your spine. Roll the shoulders back and around. Take a big breath in. Stretch over to the right side one more time. Oh my God. Needs a stretch. Up and over the left side. And come back to center. Open up the arms and chest. And you are done. Today, Thursday. Core stretch. Stay strong, stay fit, stay open.